Beautiful Geminis, it's Heather here with Earth Empress. I hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be your soul connection spread. I do have to apologize. There has been a lot going on lately, and obviously, I'm not in my usual spot. I've been actually moving, trying to get moved to sell this house. So things have been a little crazy. It's been a little chaotic, but I am back to get these out to you guys. I'm going to try and get your August readings out as soon as I possibly can. So bear with me, please. Thank you for being patient. I really appreciate it. It's going to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter in Gemini. And with it, it's going to be their energy, your energy, and where they connect, where they lie, where they meet up in the middle. It could be vice versa. Take it as it resonates. If it doesn't seem to fit, please don't try to force things. Like I always say, there are a ton of amazing readers out there, guys. So feel free to click on one of the other links or videos down below. And if you're cross-watching, you could very well resonate with the Gemini side of things. Vice versa, guys. Gender fluid. We know the drill. We know how it goes. So, what can we get for the person that Gemini is connecting with? So right out of the gate, we have the Chariot. Very powerful energy, spiritually guided energy. King of Swords and the Chariot. So you could definitely, some of you could be connected with Cancer, or you could be a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. I feel like, maybe they could be focusing on your energy as well. The Chariot with the King of Swords. This could be a situation where someone feels spiritually drawn and guided towards a King of Swords energy, where they are coming into their own. They're being very discerning. If you notice, the King of Swords has two swords in his hand because he's making the decisions. He's calling the shots. He's making the choices. They could also be spiritually led towards a King of Swords, which is the Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. They could be really focused and internally feel pulled and guided, because the Chariot is about the universe coming in and guiding us, but it's our choice, our discernment, our decisions to step up and step onto the, and take charge and grab the reins. It's up to us to do that with the Chariot. Just because it comes in doesn't mean that we're going to jump on it and take the chance. There is discernment, there is free will, but the Chariot is coming through. So it's a time of someone that's being spiritually guided and led and shown things and pulled in a direction almost magnetically, in order to really, I feel like, make decisions in their power. So what else can we get for the person that Gemini is connecting with? Maiden of Wands. So passionate offers. The Maiden of Wands is equivalent to the Page of Wands in General Tarot. And it is about passionate offers coming in, or making passionate offers towards someone or something. This is literally, offering your wand. This is wanting something to start, some kind of beginning. This is an opening for something passionate, something that's creative. Maybe, they're in a period where they're really wanting to present something, and it comes from a really deep, passionate place in their soul. This does not have to be just relationships, by the way, guys. This is connections of all sorts, something that's just a soul connection. So it could be family, it could be friends, it could be a coworker that you really relate to, a business partner that you're working things with, someone that's a soul tie for you. So let's see what else can we get for the person that Gemini is connecting with. So I want to come out. Nine of Swords. So I love that they're wanting to come in and make offers, but it's like hesitancy at its finest right there. Nine of Swords, my overthinking card. My thinking to think about overthinking the things. That's what this is right now. This is thinking about thinking and overthinking the things. This is definitely wanting to come in, wanting to make choices, wanting to be discerning, wanting to make an offer, but by the same token being so mentally exhausted and frustrated and just combative within themselves that it almost feels like they're stuck making no decisions at all. They're wanting to make choices. They know they need to be made, but at the end of the day, they're not coming forward because they are so stressed out and just mentally in their head, battering over and over and over again. This is my sleepless nights card. This could be my replaying scenarios over in their mind in order to try to find perspective. But in reality, replaying the scenarios doesn't always give you perspective. Sometimes the perspective you need is coming through and having the communication and having the talks and making the choices and making discerning decisions and, you know, finally setting resolutions for things versus replaying over and over and over again. Not thinking about things. Thinking things is beautiful. Thinking through things is perfection. But overthinking the things sometimes can get us in a state of lack or a state where we're stuck. Yeah, 5 of Cups, a state of lack. So this is generally in tarot, it's, you know, the cups spilled over, and then you have the cups of joy and happiness. You have the true connection right there if you would just turn around and look at it. And this one, I love the fact that it's kind of like a cycle, because 5 of Cups can sometimes feel like a cycle where you are internally battering and beating yourself up. You had this turmoil, maybe a dark night of the soul, especially with the, you know, the red tie right there. It's something that's faded. I always notice the imagery in the cards. So if it's something that's faded, this is a period where you're meant to go through, they're going through some kind of darkness, some kind of awakening awareness in order to really, I feel like they are trying to come through the depths in order to come through and present things, in order to come in their power, if that makes sense. You know, if they're going to come at you, come at me right, you know? That sort of thing, where they need to work through their turmoil, their junk, their purging, maybe their healing, in order to really come through and present things, in order to step into this power where they are discerning and they're making choices from their soul's truth versus from their mental discombobulation or, you know, what they think people want them to do, things like that. So what else can we get for the person? Gems. What can we get? King of Pentacles, yeah. So I feel like they're really focusing on trying to be grounded. That's what I feel like a lot of this that they are going through. It's because they need to get to this period of prosperity, of abundance. But it's not just about money. You know, Pentacles get a rap for just being financial things. It is about money. It is security. It is financial abundance. But it's also spiritual abundance. It's also things that are abundant in your life. Things that really make you feel content and happy and secure and positive and safe and, you know, grounded and solid and stable. That's not always just money. A lot of the times it's energies. It's relationships. It's people you surround yourself with. It's, you know, yes, it's having the home that you have, but it doesn't have to be about splurging in your home. It can be about feeling content and safe with the people surrounding you. But this is someone that is trying to become a master when it comes to their pentacles, their abundance in their life. They want to get to this period of rock solid stability and reliability. And I love that they have the bear on this card because one of my favorite animal spirit decks, the bear is the card of, and I love that I was just talking about how this could be about awakening or soul truths, or dark night of the soul, coming to terms, really changing things. The bear is, in spiritual terms, in the deck that I have, it is the card of spring has sprung. So hibernating is no longer acceptable. You cannot just sit and be mundane and let things slide and let things go and run on repeat and auto cycle. You have to take the steps forward. The time has come to really change, to blossom, to bloom, to see the light, to come out into the light and step up and into it. And that, for me, is an indicator that they are definitely trying to go through this period in order to come out, step out into their power, into who they are, into their soul's purpose. It's just going to take time, guys. It's going to take time. Nothing beautiful ever happened overnight. I mean, maybe some things, I guess. But I feel like anything worthwhile is going to be worth the wait. But that's the Taurus in me. That's the Cancer in me. That is the Libra in me who's indecisive. That's the Gemini in me who's like, I feel like for the Gemini in me, yes, I'm like, go here, go there, stimulation. But if it's not something that keeps me excited, keeps me going, keeps me stirred, it's like, really? I have Taurus in me to balance that out, I do. But if it's not something that keeps my soul stirred, I'm like, why am I messing with this? What is this? What is this about? You know, and I feel like that's what it is, where the wait is something that like builds and builds and builds and builds, and then it's there and it's like, oh my gosh, yes, it's exciting and it's fresh and it's new and I love this, and it stays that way. It's not just about hitting that peak and then, you know, like flatlining out. Like, no, it's about finding that peak, finding that value, that joy, that inspiration, that spark, and really riding it out and really feeling it and embracing it and experiencing it, living with intention, you know, not from just a place of 3D existence where we just kind of roll with it. It's living intentional in your life. And that was a really long spiel. I'm sorry, guys. So, Geminis, what can we get? Oh, I have a couple cards that just want to, like, slide out. 2 cups. Okay, Gems. 3 of Pentacles. And we're going to take that card. The Hermit. Okay. So, I feel like when it comes to love, you guys have really been working towards a foundation, not only because of this person, but because it's inspired a lot inside of you, and you really want to focus on a foundation when it comes to love, when it comes to a connection, when it comes to getting serious. I feel like you guys have been in a spiritual quest at some point, or because of a connection that has caused you to really maybe question your foundation and what you've built your life on. It's forced you to go inward spiritually. That Hermit card is the lone quest right now. Maybe, you know, you're in a period where in this connection, it's time for you to focus on you and focus on your spirituality and what you're building, and that's what you've been doing. And that's beautiful, because when you do that, and these kind of connections, when you really focus on yourself and really focus on your purpose and what you need to do, if someone's meant to come along, they're not going to pass you by. That's just how it goes. I mean, if they're meant to come back around, they will. And if that means that in the process you're working on yourself and your soul, that's beautiful. That's what you should be doing. High Priestess, yes, you guys are definitely working on your souls right now. I love when the cards are like, yep, that's what it is. High Priestess energy, your intuition, developing your abilities, your intuition. Some of you could be light workers, some of you could be mediums, some of you could be healers. I mean, that's a definite spiritual indicator that something deep's underneath. And I feel like a lot of you have gone on this quest, and it has inspired a lot of intuitive talents and abilities within you. Maybe some of you have been connecting in dreams spiritually, especially with that 3 of Pentacles. It's like laying the groundwork foundation, but your High Priestess is there. So it's like building up your intuition, your senses, your inner knowing, your inner calling, but it's also building up something that's underneath the surface, something that's more than just consciously. It's something subconsciously. 2 of Cups on that Hermit is a spiritual quest going within because of a connection, because of love, because of something being there that inspired you to go within and really work on yourself. So what else can we get for Gems? What else? Is there anything else for Geminis? Wheel of Fortune. Heading in the right direction. This spiritual quest has really stirred and inspired universal connection within you. Some of you could be coming to a new level of consciousness as far as realizing we're all interconnected, and energetically things happen for a reason, and, you know, noticing and balancing out energies that you feel around you. And this is definitely the wheel turning as far as, okay, this next chapter is coming in. This is coming in. Like, we're going in the right direction. Keep going this way. Spiritually, you're getting it. You're getting it now. I love that. This has inspired a lot of growth inside of you, Gems. I mean, this person too, obviously, they're just in the, like, shit of it right now. Let's be real. They're in the muck of it, and they can't really... 10 of Swords, yeah, ending cycles. I feel like this personally was self-destructive cycle. I don't feel like it was an indicator of this connection. It could be. It could be, you know, at one period you had to turn your back on it because of things that needed to be left behind or things they needed to heal. That happens, guys. It does happen. But this 10 of Swords, to me, it feels like something inside of you that needed to be healed. Something inside of you needed to leave behind, because it's falling under that High Priestess and that 3 of Pentacles. So it's something within, something inside of you that in your foundation, in your core, needed to be healed in order to move forward. And I feel like you guys have. You're leaving behind that shit. If it was trauma from childhood, if it was issues growing up, if it was relationship issues that had, you know, developed insecurities, deep-seated things inside of you. It doesn't even have to just be about love. It could have been, you know, things that you experienced as a child that made you second-guess your worth. At the end of the day, you've gone within because you had to heal this foundation and lay that groundwork and change it in order to do that. I love that, Gems. Okay, so where are these energies connecting? Oh. 4 of Pentacles wanted to pop out. So holding on to something. Holding on tightly for dear life to something. So maybe you both are steadily... Oh, wow. I got the deck card. Sorry. I forgot to take this out. Let your intuition guide you. You are what you've been looking for. I love that. I don't believe in coincidences, so... You guys, somebody needed to see that. You are what you've been looking for. What can we get for Gems and the person they're connecting with? Eight of Wands, Seven of Swords. So some kind of truth coming in. And maybe a little bit, you know, maybe you both are defensive because you want to communicate, you want to know the truth, you want to get to the truth of the matter, what happened underneath the surface. This feels like my false mask card, where maybe you both were coming and approaching a situation in a way that wasn't in tune with who you were, your soul. I'm not really getting deceptive on this. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. There could be communication coming in, or indicators, or, you know, Eight of Wands can be 5D communication. So maybe some of you have been getting indicators or dreams about things that this person might have done to you. That's for somebody. Somebody could definitely be getting, whether it's dreams about them doing things or acting in a way that's not in alignment with who they are, and vice versa. I mean, they could be having these dreams about you, but I feel like a lot of it comes down to communication. It needs to come in order for the truth to be brought to light, and communication about how something went down in this situation and why things played out the way they did. And you both want it. I mean, it's falling mutually right now. Oh gosh, what do we have? Seven of Pentacles. Being mindful, making decisions about where you're putting your energy, what you're pouring your soul into. I mean, wanting to really take stock and take a look at everything that's going on and figure out why things have played out. Yeah, Two of Wands, making decisions. This is passionately inspired decisions, and I feel like it's because you have both become more aware energetically of where you pour yourself, what you pour into. And because of that, this connection, it's like you're wanting to make a decision, make a choice in order to really pour into this, to put your all into this, to put work into this. Seven of Pentacles under Eight of Wands. Some kind of, again, I keep getting messages coming in about the bigger picture of things. And sometimes Seven of Pentacles is taking stock of the seeds that you've sown and what you've done. This could be you both wanting to have this period of communication coming in so you can really figure out and communicate where maybe the connection went wrong on both parts, on both ends of yours. Ten of Cups, fulfillment though. Happiness, contentment, love, fulfillment, joy. Ten of Cups is my Cups Fulls card. That's what it is. Ace of Swords, communication and ultimate truth. So yeah, you guys are wanting to get to the truth of this. You're wanting to figure out what went wrong, why this happened, what led up to this period, what led up to separation. You know, maybe you both had to make decisions based on where you were at that period in time. Not necessarily, it doesn't have to be particularly malicious. It can be deception, it can be. But a lot of the times in these kind of connections, if there's this much growth that needs to be had, a lot of the times they separate and dissipate because you're not in your alignment yet. You know, if you're not in alignment, and if this is a connection that's powerful, that's soul driven, and it's forcing you to grow this much, and it's forcing them to grow this much, and you're both kind of mirroring each other because you're overcoming a lot of things within yourself and your core foundation. I feel like they're overcoming a lot of dark night issues, whether it's childhood depression, sadness. I mean, it's a lot, and it's because they need to get on their grounded, stable 3D kind of level, and you need to get on your 5D spiritual kind of level. So this feels more masculine to me, this feels more feminine to me, and this is about going within spirituality. This to me is about going within and healing in order to become more grounded and solid and, you know, reliable. So let me grab a couple of my oracle cards. Let's see what we can get for you guys, and then we're going to wrap it up. So what can we get for Gemini and the person they're connecting with? Oh, we've got jumpers. Really, gems? Standstill. I love that because it is about flowing right now. The standstill is about a period in your life where you are going within, you are healing. It is about coming into a period of really flowing and allowing things to come into your life and not forcing, not pushing, not rushing, embracing where you're at, and really like paying attention to the universe and spirit and your connections and your energies on this journey. Really paying attention to your soul. Then we have conflict. So this is a head-heart matter. I feel like that's definitely what this is at this period. Because you have Ten of Cups, and then, I mean, you have Seven of Swords. It's like there's fulfillment here, this potential here, and it's like you want to pour your soul into it, but by the same token, you're like, there's so much going on that we need to just, I need to handle this, I need to handle that. And maybe you're both mirroring that to each other right now, where you both are so conflicted within that, you know, realistically, it's not the time to take action. It's more of a time to go within and heal and purge and focus on self. It doesn't mean that you have to, you know, walk away, release the connection. This is just literally about letting things flow and seeing where it goes and really focusing on the things you need to focus on to heal this conflict, to balance yourself out. All right, Gems, so that's going to be it for your connection spread. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the month, and I will see you guys in a week or so for your August overalls. Love and light.